Welcome in, New England Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we are talking all about the upcoming NFL draft next week. And I got one player in particular for you who Bleacher Report has named as an ideal fit for New England. We're talking all about Quentin Johnston. Let's you get to know him coming up in just a few moments from right now. Before we do, folks, we are getting close to 1.2 thousand subscribers here on the channel, about 21 away. And I got to thinking about it. 1.2 TB12. Yes, do it for Tom Brady. Brady, now that we can talk about him again, would want you to subscribe to Patriots Today, right? Subscribe to the channel. Do it for Brady as we're doing daily news and rumors segments. We're going to be doing draft breakdowns. We're going to be all over the channel the next few days with all the draft info you need. If you're a diehard Patriots fan, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now, youtube.com/Patriots Today. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. We'll get started with today's show. So Bleacher Report's named TCU wide receiver Quentin Johnston as an ideal first-round pick for the New England Patriots. And I find it interesting that they say ideal with the words Quentin Johnston because the Patriots pick at 14. It sounds a little high for Quentin Johnston, especially considering he didn't get an invite to the draft because there's talk that he might slide, and it's not a guarantee he would even be a first-round pick. So I had some hesitation when I read that from Bleacher Report, but nonetheless, let's hear what Alex Ballantyne had to say of why he feels this way. What the Patriots need is an ex-receiver who can be an imposing downfield target. Quentin Johnston best fits that description in this class. Bleacher Report scout Derek Clayson sees DeAndre Hopkins in his game. That's exactly the kind of receiver Jones needs, referring to Mac Jones. Johnston would address one of New England's biggest needs, making him an ideal target at number 14. Now, it's no secret the Patriots have to find help on the offense for Mac Jones. But I think that they can do better than Quentin Johnston. I like Jaxon Smith-Njigba personally more than I do Quentin Johnston. We'll show you some numbers comparing the two here in a moment. But let me put it this way. As I've stated before, and I'll reiterate once again, Jaxon Smith-Njigba is the only wide receiver one in this draft. When you go from Quentin Johnston all the way down to Marvin Mims, who could be a third-round pick. What do all those guys have in common? All of them are wide receiver twos at the next level, according to scouts and experts that I've talked with. And so for me, Quentin Johnston, good football player. I like Quentin Johnston. Saw him a lot in the Big 12 Conference. As somebody that went to the University of Kansas, he tore Kansas up a lot. But I have questions about how elite his play can translate with the inconsistencies he had at times last year at TCU. He got off to a slow start to the season. I'm worried about that. Here's the numbers from Quentin Johnston. Still turned out to be a really good year. With 60 catches for over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, 17.8 average. But look at Jaxon Smith-Njigba's numbers. This is a guy that in 2021 was having to play alongside Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, who both went on to be first-round picks and who are going to be very good receivers in the NFL. Already are, for that matter. And he was the best receiver of that bunch. Had 95 catches. 1,600 yards, over 17 yards of reception and 9 touchdowns. If you're going receiver, go this guy. Don't go Quentin Johnston. Go with this man, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. And if I need to show you one game, this might be the most impressive single-game performance of any draft prospect in this year's class, is what Jaxon Smith-Njigba did in 2021 in the Rose Bowl against Utah with 15 catches for 346 yards, 23 yards reception, and 3 touchdowns. Those are numbers that some wide receivers put up for their entire season, and JSN did it in the 2021 Rose Bowl there. So I'll say this when it comes to the receiver spot. I like Jaxon Smith-Njigba better. Nothing against Quentin Johnston. I just think that JSN's a better option for New England or anybody looking for a receiver. And there's other good positions to keep in mind, too. I mean, you got some good corners, got some offensive tackles, some other needs that need to be addressed as well for this New England Patriots team. Back to Johnston, though. Joe Klatt of Fox Sports, college football analyst, does a great job with Fox, has him as his number 3 receiver in this year's class. And he is the number 16 overall player on Joe Klatt's big board. And the comparison that he has been getting, this I saw from Lance Zierlein of the NFL Network, says that Quentin Johnston is similar to Alshon Jeffrey, which Alshon Jeffrey was pretty good in his time there in the National Football League. 2-time first-team All-Big 12 performer in 2021 and in 2022. Zierlein, the scouting report on Johnston, here's what he had to say. Johnston needs a specific route tree, but will improve in that area at the next level. He will benefit from a more accurate deep ball quarterback, but still feels more like a good wide receiver too. Wait. Didn't I just say that earlier? Oh, yes, I did. Imagine that. Thank you, Lance, for backing me up. Still feels more like a good wide receiver two than a 1. So, what do you think? Should the Patriots draft Quentin Johnston? What do you think? Tell me in the comments section. I would oppose this idea. I'd rather have JSN, but Quentin Johnston's still a good player. But I'm not taking him over JSN. Tell me in the comments section. Y for yes, N for no, if the Patriots should draft Quentin Johnston or not. Subscribe to the channel now as we have the draft covered like no one else does. And we're doing it in true chat sports fashion too, folks. We have a good time. We not only inform, but we try to entertain you as much as we can here. So subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this thing going. We're a growing new channel here at Chat Sports, and we want to continue to bring you Patriots content. So subscribe now, and you'll be glad you did. We'll see you next time here on Patriots Today.